This is how to accomplish more by doing less. Now, if you're new to the channel, you're wondering, who the fuck am I? And why might you want to listen to me? Well, I'm that fool, and I've quality read over hundreds of books on the esoteric mindset business. In simple words, been there, done that, so you don't have to, okay? I've read all these books to uncover the hidden secrets of the universe to help you make more money by literally doing less, okay? So if you want to accomplish more, you want to make way more money than you've ever fucking made in your whole entire life by literally doing less, this is your video. But anyways, I think that's enough fucking yapping. Let's get into it. So in this video, I'm going to explain to you the what, the why, and most importantly, the practical how to, so you can actually live a life of complete abundance, complete peace, complete joy, right? No longer will you be asking yourself the questions that keep your head tossing constantly day in and day out. Fuck, when is my next check gonna come? When is my next client gonna come? When is my next customer gonna come through? God damn it, everything's just slow, right? I know I'm ringing a bell. I know you're like, what the fuck, he's ringing a bell, right? Because especially in 2025, like, let's just be 100% honest. Let's stop the bullshit. You already know what's going on in the world right now. What is going on in the world? The leaders, you know, in office, right? There's a whole lot of debate on politics, and I'm not going to get into politics, right? I am here to simply point out the truth about what it is that's your actual problem, right? What's actually stopping you from getting what you want? It's not the government, it's not the IRS, none of that fucking bullshit that you've been led to believe, right? That is the cause of all that shit. In this video, I'm gonna explain to you the real root, the real root, I literally stuttered, the real root, okay, of what it is that's actually fucking you up, so you can stop all that fucking bullshit, right? And actually move towards the life that you prefer with complete ease. But here's the thing. If you lack clarity on what the fuck that is, right, you're gonna forever shoot. Right, you're not gonna get fucking anything done. You're not gonna get absolute jack shit done. You're gonna spin around in circles. Shoot. I mean, seriously, ask yourself, how much has my life improved ever since I started getting onto YouTube and watching all these fucking business videos and, you know, how to make more money, how to close clients, you know, what's the best sales script, right? What's the best way to create a funnel? What's the best way to, you know, write a piece of copy that converts and all that fucking bullshit, right? How much has your life actually improved as a result of doing all that shit? No, seriously, ask yourself, how much has my life improved ever since I started doing all of that shit? Exactly, and that's the exact reason why I'm gonna do my very best, okay? But I'm here to tell you, you're gonna skip around this video and you're already looking at the comments and you're already scrolling on just get out of here. This video's not for you. Your attention span is fucked, buddy. You're just simply not the type of individual that can actually make real progress in their life. You're not going to. You have bigger issues to worry about, I promise you. It's gonna literally be impossible for you to actually get ahead because your attention span is fucked. You literally have to watch this video all the way through. Listen very clear. Don't take notes. I don't want y'all fools to take notes. Don't take notes. I know a lot of y'all are over here trying to take notes. Taking notes is the biggest lie, the biggest scam that you have been sold, okay? The biggest lie. The biggest fucking lie. It's bullshit. It doesn't work. If taking notes worked, you'd already be making the money that you want to make. You'd already be accomplishing the shit that you want to accomplish while having more time freedom, whatever the fuck that means to you. Does that make sense? If you want to become that fool, you got to become a fool you've never fucking been. So guess what? Let's stop fucking bullshitting. Let's stop spinning around in circles, right? Let's stop the mental masturbation, all that fucking bullshit, right? And let's get serious. Lock in, right? Be present, because your inability to be present in life is the root of all your fucking problems, okay? You don't have a business strategy problem. You don't have, you know, it's not that, oh, you know, you only get 2-3 clients a week. Nah, it's none of that shit. The root of all your problems is like you're never present. The more present you are, okay, the more you'll start to have clarity, the more you will know, you will be able to properly discern internally. Fuck, that's what's been fucking me up. That's what's been stopping me from actually letting me go towards a life that I actually prefer to experience, as opposed to spinning around in circles thinking I'm, you know, being productive and all that fucking bullshit when you haven't done jack shit, you haven't accomplished anything, right? You're still spinning around in circles, right? And nothing's getting done. It's all gonna make sense. Pay attention, right? So As you clearly see right up here, I wrote, the title of the whiteboard today, less is more. Okay, this is the theme for today's video. Less is more. Repeat it with me. Comment down below. Less is more. Less is more, okay? Less is more. And the more you can understand, okay, that less is more, not trying to grind your way and hustle your way and all that fucking bullshit that clearly doesn't serve you whatsoever, right? Nah. I'm here to simply tell you, I'm here to simply point out the facts, okay? That less is more. You have been led to believe that the more you do, the more you shall accomplish. That's not how reality works. Your actions are ineffective because they're coming from the state of consciousness from an individual who lacks said goal, said outcome, said desire. Does that make sense? It's all gonna make sense. Pay attention, right? So, less is more. What is it that you're currently doing, right? Let me switch I'm gonna go for orange. I like the color orange, right? So, this is what you're currently doing, right? And you know what? Honestly, let me erase all this bullshit because I like to clear up space. But we're about to get very, very, very specific about what it is that you've been currently doing up until this point to actually, quote unquote, get ahead, right? You have been focusing on better funnels, right? You see, especially today in 2025, right, and beyond, if you go on Instagram, right, everybody, especially in the business phase, trying to preach to you the new funnel. Oh, they say trust is at an all-time low. Oh, you need to make sure that they hear you and they understand you, or else, you're not gonna make sales and yada yada yada, on that fucking bullshit, right? It's all a lie, right? This is my rule, okay? I'm gonna tell you exactly how it is, okay? You want to accomplish more by doing less because less is more? I got you, right? This is my secret, okay? Everyone, and I literally mean everyone, okay? Todos in Spanish is full of shit until proven otherwise. Okay. Everyone is full of shit until proven otherwise. You see, the individuals, the fools on the internet are telling you that, trust is at an all-time, like, trust is a new currency, and yada yada yada, and everyone's gonna tell you the new yada 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 strategy, the new tactic, the new fucking bullshit, right? Bull fucking shit. It doesn't work. All that shit's a lie, okay? If that shit worked, guess what? You'd already be making sales. You'd already be having amazing clients. You would already be accomplishing more by doing less. But that's not the case. Why is that? Why is it that even though you have the right strategy, you're fucking spinning around in circles, right? On a constant, never-ending hamster wheel. And nothing is changing for you. Oh, but you've done everything in the book. You listen to all the motherfuckers spinning out a good talk, right? Oh my God, you know what? Let me just change my strategy. If I can just change my funnel, everything will work out for me. If I just change this little thing, right? Things will work out in such a way where it's inevitable. Holy shit, 1 + 1 = 2, right? Apples are better than fucking bananas. Hey, better not say otherwise, because I'm here to tell you apples taste way better than bananas. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what you say. Apples taste better than bananas. But anyways, right? Everyone's full of shit until proven otherwise, right? The thing is that you have been... This is your issue. This is literally the root of all your issues, okay? You seek external authority, okay? To tell you what the fuck to do. And even worse, and who to be, which is fucking worse, okay? This is worse. You have, and you let external authorities, okay, external authority that doesn't exist, right? You let the quote-unquote expert tell you what the fuck to do, who to be. Do this, that's not gonna work out. No, you have to have an optimized funnel. You have to have a better content strategy, right? Because trust is the new currency, they say, right? Trust is the new currency. The three rules. They need to know, like, and trust you. If they don't know, like, and trust you, right, it's just not simply gonna work out. All of that shit's fucking bullshit. Like, literally, the amount of times that I have bought from people who I don't like, I don't really fucking know them. I just saw a video from them on YouTube, right, or on Instagram. I barely know them. I literally just fucking ran into them first video, right? I don't really necessarily like them. They're fucking, in my opinion, they're fucking nerds. They're fucking dweebs, right? Like, no disrespect, but I'm like, this dude's a fucking dweeb. I don't really trust this individual. I mean, I literally just met him, right? I just found him on the internet, right? But I still pull out my fucking card and I still buy their shit. Why? Because that individual hit a trigger within me where I go, damn. I don't really fully know him. I don't really trust him. I don't really like him. But he has what I want. He seems to have and know the actual solution to what I'm looking for, right? So guess what? I buy their shit. So what does that tell you? The whole no, like, and trust bullshit is fucking is bullshit. It's a lie. Okay, it's a scam. Okay, it's not real. It's not true. Okay, everyone is full of shit until proven otherwise. You see, I once learned this from a billionaire mentor. Okay, and this guy is honestly fucking amazing. He once said, and this is something that you need to realize that's more important than your funnels. What else? Your website design, right? You want to make the website so fucking colorful, and you know, you want to make it look like Wonderland, right? You want to make it look so fucking nice and all structured and lit. Bro, at the end of the day, what's the goal of a business? Okay, to solve a problem. Your prospect doesn't give a flying fuck, okay, about how nice and colorful. Yeah, it looks nice they're there because they're already in pain. They're there because they want a fucking solution to their problem, okay? You know what elite entrepreneurs know? But will never tell you? It's not about the funnel, it's not about the tactics, it's who you're being. Because it's coming from a different place, therefore your actions are different, right? Poor people, by poor people I'm not necessarily just referring to money, right? Poor people who are poor in consciousness, right, cannot take the actions of an individual who's rich in consciousness, right? For example, okay, this is what poor people do. This is what broke people do, okay? Poor people focus. This is poor people focus, okay? They focus on funnel, website design. What else? Content strategy, right? They're like, oh, the more videos I post, the more I'll actually make sales, right? They're like, hey, the more videos I post, everything will work out for me. Nah, and then guess what? Nobody's buying your shit, right? Nobody's buying your shit. You're not having any clients, right? No one's booking your shit. You're like, yo, what the flying fuck is this bullshit? It's because you're focusing on what poor people focus on. By poor, I'm not, as I literally just said, I'm not focusing on poor people when it comes to money. Nah, I'm focusing on specifically poor in consciousness. You're poor in mind, okay? And you know what a poor individual, specifically someone who's poor in consciousness, focuses on? They focus on this. Their own little bubble. Okay, and what else? What else are they? They're very close-minded, okay? These are the individuals who think they know it all. And I'm here to tell ya fools, the more you think you know it all, that's the exact reason why shit doesn't go your way. Seriously, your ability to just simply say, you know what I'm doing clearly isn't working. What I'm doing up until this point is clearly fucking bullshit. So guess what? Let me actually change all of this, right? Let me actually make a decision. See, so many fools say, that for Ivan, brother, you don't understand. You don't understand. Trust me, I understand way more than you could ever comprehend. But anyways, right? That for Ivan, you don't understand. I've been trying so hard to figure all this out. But I need the right timing. I need the right tools. No. You don't need any of that shit. What do you mean, Ivan? What do you mean, Ivan? I don't need any of that shit. You don't need any of that shit, right? Because you haven't even made a fucking decision yet. What? How fucking stupid does it sound, right? To try to... This is hilarious. Focus on strategies, focus on techniques, focus on the website design, focus on all that fucking bullshit that doesn't get you anywhere, right? But you're closed-minded as fuck, right? You live in your own little bubble. You don't want to hear what anybody else has to tell you, right? Like, I know it's a paradox, so I gotta make sense, pay attention right now. The only individuals that you should listen to, right? You shouldn't listen to anybody, especially the idiots telling you, oh, in marketing, people need to know, like, and trust you. Trust is the new currency, and all that fucking bullshit, right? Nah, it's bullshit. In today's day and age, okay, in 2025 and beyond, while the whole world is focusing on external authorities, right, other people, okay, outside of you, the solution lies in listening to your inner authority. Now, it's not as simple as just listen to your intuition and all that fucking corny ass goofy shit spiritual fucks like to say, right? It's not as simple as just listen to your inner intuition, and it's gonna guide you and follow your. It doesn't work like that. It just doesn't work like that, right? It's not that, I promise you. But anyways, right? External authorities have led you to tell you what the fuck to do, and what's the worst of all, who to be. Okay, you need to stop letting others. Okay, let me switch the color. Shoot, let me switch the color right here. Okay. Stop letting others tell you who you are. Now, this is all going to tie back to the overall concept of less is more, okay, and how to accomplish more by literally doing less, okay? It's all going to make sense. Pay attention. Stop letting others tell you who you are, okay? Now, why is this so crucial? Why is this so important to your overall success? So you stop fucking up, you stop doing bullshit that doesn't move the needle forward, you stop procrastinating, right? And you stop wondering why the fuck. It's 2 in the morning, you're tossing and turning, you can't sleep, business is the only thing on your mind, right? When you wake up, business on your mind. When you eat breakfast, business is still on your mind. When you're at lunch, business on your mind. Oh, when it's time to unwind in the evening and you're having dinner, you're supposed to be present with your family, present with your girlfriend, present with your wife, present with your boyfriend, husband, spouse. You get the fucking point, right? Business is on your mind. And because business is forever on your mind, right? You can't live the overall idea of less is fucking more, right? Because you have been led to believe that, oh, I need to grind more. My business is dependent on me. You believe that external sources, right, i.e. people, the people outside of you, are your source. Oh, my clients are my source of money. Oh, my customers are my source of money. The individuals who watch me and engage with my content are my source of money. Bull fucking shit. None of those fools are your source of money. You want to know what's the real source of your money? You, buddy. You are your own source of money, okay? And this is what all elite entrepreneurs have always known, right? You are the source of it all, okay? You are your source of money, security, peace, joy, love, satisfaction, right? Overall, being able to live in a constant state of calm, clarity, satisfaction, right? Where each and every single thing you quote unquote do, right, is coming from a place of certainty, right? The thing is that at this current moment in time, you're not living in a state of certainty, right? You're not living in a state of certainty. You're really not. If you were living in a state of certainty, right, you would already be where the fuck you want to be. But guess what? You know why you're not where you want to be? Because you don't live in certainty. You just simply don't, right? You just simply don't. If you knew beyond a shadow of a doubt that less is more, why the fuck are you letting others tell you who the fuck you are? It's hilarious, right? Now, don't confuse this with being cocky, right? Because there will be individuals who will come up trying to tell you shit, right? And, especially if you're into the, the mindset, metaphysical, esoteric space, right? The shit that I'm into, right? If you're into that space, there's this whole stupid ass idea of, fuck everybody, they're all a bunch of sleep robots, right, in the Matrix. You're the only one who's woke, right? Fuck them, don't listen to them whatsoever, act like they don't matter, their opinions don't matter, nothing, right? that way, that's just not the way to rock, right? I mean, you can if you want to, right, where you can go tell people to fuck off and be completely arrogant, you know, be the Lulu, all that fucking goofy gay shit they, you know, preach in the manifestation mindset space and all that shit, right? I'm not a fan of any of that shit. There's a huge difference, right, between having proper discernment, right, and proper judgment. Okay, you see, if you're judgmental, now you're coming from a place of misperception. Okay, you know why you can't accomplish more by doing less? You know why you can't live this whole idea that less is more? Is because you're always in a state of misperception. Okay, always. You're always in a state of misperception. Okay, everything you do, right, is in a constant state of misperception. When someone says, hey, you know what, you know, try slowing down, or someone tries to give you their opinion on anything, right, you're misperceiving. You're like, oh, this motherfucker, he thinks he knows it all. She thinks she knows it all. Oh, they're over here trying to control me. They're trying to tell me what the fuck to do, right? Because you're a spiritual fucker. You're into the, you know, the whole, I'm not even gonna say it, but you get the point, right? You're into that bullshit, right? So you see everybody as sleep robots, right? But I'm here to tell you, you have to have proper discernment, right? When people tell you some shit, the worst thing you can do is misperceive, not be present, okay? You're misperceiving because you're not present in the fucking first place. What do I always tell you, fools? Your inability to be present is the root of all your fucking problems, okay? Say it with me. My inability to be present is the root of all my problems, okay? You want to get rid of your problems, become present. How do you become present? It's by centering yourself and living from the center. Now, I know you may be wondering, what the fuck does that even mean? It's not going to make sense, pay attention, right? So, you see, when you're misperceiving, you can't be present, okay? And when you're not present, something dangerous happens, okay? You feel unsafe. When you feel unsafe in your body, okay, you're misperceiving. When you misperceive, you make what? What happens as a result of misperception? Okay, you take, quote unquote, I don't even know if that's a word, I highly doubt it, but misactions, okay? You take actions that are wasted, okay? You take actions that are not fucking productive. You take actions that aren't getting you anywhere, right? So you're spinning in circle like a fucking idiot, right? And you're like, God damn it, bruh, nothing's working out. God damn it. Why is that? Even though I've tried all the strategies, all the tactics, right? Each and every single thing in the book that other fools, right, swore that this was gonna be it. Oh, if you just follow this funnel, if you just, you know, design your website a little better, make it look more professional, right? Oh, if you just have a better content, even better, right? If you can create content that gets people to know, like, and trust you, right? The three non-negotiables of marketing, right? They will convert, right? But guess what? Because you're in a state of misperception and you're doing everything, right, that's quote unquote correct, right? You have the correct knowledge, right? You have all the correct knowledge. Change your funnel, you know, design your website better, buddy. Better content strategy. What else? Even better. Run ads, buddy. Oh, you know, organic content isn't converting, just run ads. If you run more Facebook ads, you know, more meta ads, you go on Instagram, you go on TikTok and run TikTok ads and all that shit, people are going to know more about your business, right? You have all the right information, all the right knowledge, right, from all these external authorities, right? It sounds so convincing. You're like, holy shit, if I just follow this, everything's going to work out. Everything's going to come from a place of complete certainty and power, and therefore everything's going to work out. It has to. It has absolutely no choice but to not work out. Like, what the flying fuck? Holy shit, I didn't know that such a thing was possible. I didn't know that when I understood who I truly was, everything started to make sense, right? Because now you're living from the center Instead of living from the fucking circumference, right, you're over here spinning in circles, right, seeking sources, seeking external authority to tell you what to do, and who, most important, the worst of all, who to be, who the fuck you are, right? Stop letting others tell you who you are, okay? Especially if you're on the internet, right, you run an online business. Stop letting other fools, especially on the internet and outside the internet, right, especially outside the internet, sorry, tell you who the fuck you are. Stop letting your parents tell you who the fuck you are. Stop letting your friends and family tell you who the fuck you are. Stop letting anybody tell you who the fuck you are, okay? You want to know how to accomplish more by doing less, because less is more, right? I know a lot of y'all fools, y'all look at me, you're like, that fool, even like, you're hard working and shit and all this, you're working all the time. I mean, that kind of is true. I mean, to me, it's not work, right? I love to do this shit. Like, this is literally what I came here to do. I came here to wake fools up to who they truly are, and most important, to step into their true fucking power, okay? This is what I came here to do, okay? This is just simply what I came here to do. I have had this gift from a very young age of being able to see someone, and I already know what the fuck they're on. Right? I'm not here to brag, and, you know, I don't do that goofy shit, but you get the point, right? This is what I came here to do. This is my identity, okay? And there's no one outside who can tell me otherwise. There's no one outside that can throw me off center. I don't give a fuck what any of y'all think. I don't give a fuck about what anyone think. I don't say this to be disrespectful. I love y'all all for real, like, no bullshit, right? But I don't give a shit what anybody says of me, because it has nothing to do with me, okay? It has nothing to do with me. Oh, that fool even this, that fool even that. That fool even could improve on his content, yada, 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 yada. I don't give a fuck. I am my own inner authority, and what I say is law. What I say is the only thing that matters to me, right? And this is the exact reason why I get what I want. This is the exact reason why reality bends to my will, because I am reality. This is all me, okay? There's no one here but me. Each and every single individual I meet is a reflection of me, based on what I feel, what I think and feel, and what I think and believe at that current moment in time. Everyone's reflecting to you what you currently think and feel and believe about that certain individual at that current moment in time. Oh, that for why even, you know, I have, you know, headache clients. No, you don't. No, you don't. The headache bullshit piece of shit clients that you attract, right? You're attracting them because they are secretly within you. Seriously, your clients are secretly within you. You are secretly within me. Yes, you are outside of me, you know, to my eye, right? But there is no outside. Everything is happening within me, right? You are a reflection of me. I know it sounds fucking crazy, right? You are a reflection of me, one-to-one, perfectly, right? The whole world is nothing a perfect one-to-one match. It's a perfect one-to-one mirror. Does that make sense? It's all gonna make sense. Pay attention, right? So let me explain to you. I actually think that we should create some space. So let me create some space right here so we can actually just really hammer this, so I can help y'all fools understand, okay, how to actually fucking accomplish more from presence, okay? Because you see, the vast majority of y'all fools, right, y'all just aren't present, bro. Like, I literally cannot stress it enough. But the vast majority of y'all fools, y'all are just not present ever whatsoever, right? Y'all just aren't. And it's not until you can properly discern and understand, right, that your inability to be present is the root of all your problems, right? So, let me write down how to accomplish more by doing less ... The elite entrepreneurs way. Now, this isn't the method, by the way. This isn't the method. If you want to get the method, if you want to know what that is, so you can literally know the fastest and the most powerful, potent method, right, to bending reality, bending your business to your will in specific, right, 2xing your business in literally 6 weeks. The link is in the description. But anyways, right, I'm going to give you a little teaser, by the way. The elite entrepreneur's way. I repeat, this is not the method. But this is a way, okay? So, this is how to accomplish more by doing less, okay? It's all gonna make sense, pay attention, right? So, this is key number 1, okay? There are 3 keys, okay? 3 keys. Shoot. This is key number 1. Key number 2. Key number 3, okay? There are 3 keys. Now, the first key is simply this, okay? Your inability to be present is the root of all problems. Okay, your inability to be present is the root of all your problems. That's the first key. Now, I know you may be wondering, that fool Ivan, brother, explain to me in such a way, right, in which I can actually understand how my inability to be present is what's causing me to not be able to accomplish more by doing less. It's what's exactly causing the bullshit clients, you know, the pain in the ass, right? Clients, right? The relationships, my colleagues, my business partners, right? Every single individual that comes to you, right, is a direct one-on-one match with what's going on within you. So, if your inability to be present is the root of all your problems, right, what lies the solution? Let me switch the color. Chopin. Acting. What is acting synonymous with? Action. Where does action occur? The physical plane. What is the physical plane? The material world. The physical material world. See this? This is material. See the expo marker? You see this? You see the wall? You see the TV? You see the camera? Everything here is material. This is the physical plane. This is where I take action. Oh, you know what? If I want to accomplish more, let me take more action. Let me run more ads. Let me change my website, right? Let me make better content, right? Let me, you know, optimize my description. Let me optimize, you know, the headline. Let me optimize the body. Let me optimize the call to action, etc. Right? Everything that comes, you know, in business, right? When you're trying to solve a problem, you're trying to have people overall, you know, be aware that they're basically, in simple words, you have the solution to their problems, right? What does that entail? Doing things in the business, right? So all that shit comes where? From action. So you're acting, and guess what? What's the solution? Is since your inability to be present is the root of all your issues, right? Your inability to make your funnels work, your inability to make your website work, your inability to have amazing clients, right? Who almost become like, they just become almost like your new buddies, right? Because they're just that easy to work with. You're like, yo, best clients, customers constantly coming through. I have the magic touch, yada yada. Your inability to do that is because you're not present, right? And you're like, what? Presence? What does presence have anything to do with this? It's all gonna make sense. Pay attention, right? So the solution simply lies from acting and living from what? Presence, okay? If you can act and live from presence, okay? I know that sounds, I mean, it looks a little weird, right? I'm not the best handwriter. It is what it is, right? Yahoos will understand, right? If you can act and live from presence, right? Everything fixes itself, but the thing is, you're not present. You're misperceiving Oh man, this is so key right here. If you can actually understand what I'm saying, you're gonna understand holy flying shit, right? If you're misperceiving, your perception, okay, is distorted. And what do I always tell y'all fools? Shoot! Perception is reality, okay? Perception is reality, okay? I know it sounds fucking crazy, but you see, nobody will ever see the world as it is. Repeat it with me. Nobody will ever see the world, el mundo, okay, as it actually is. You will always, only, forever, only see it as you are. Does that make sense? Let me explain this in a way that you're gonna be like, wow, that for white brother, you explain this in such a way that nobody else has explained to me in such a way where it's like, holy shit, now I understand why, even though I've been, you know, acting out, why I've been taking action from this present, from unpresence, right, has been fucking me up, and I've not been able to actually perceive accurately. You see, when you're misperceiving, your perception distorted. If perception is reality, guess what? Your perception is not going to be able to get you the right reality, right? Where you're able to accomplish more by doing less. You're constantly grinding, you're hustling, you're trying the strategies, and you're getting mediocre fucking results, right? So guess what? Where does the solution lie? The solution lies here, okay? Living in total, unshakable, okay, presence, okay? If you can live in total, undeniable, unshakable presence, right? Well, you're so in the moment. You're in what's known as flow state, right? You're so in the moment. Time disappears. People disappear. Worry disappears. Doubt disappears. Fear disappears. Imposter syndrome disappears. You know, your perceived problems, right, disappear. Everything just disappears. You're at one in the moment, and you're at one with your intention. Therefore, guess what? You're not activating this. Oh my god. You know what? Let me switch the color. Shoot. You know what? No, we're actually going to go for black because we haven't gone for black. You're not activating counter intention. Okay? You see, if you have all the quote-unquote correct knowledge, right, and they're like, hey, you know, if you just do this, yada, 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 you get the point, right? They're like, hey, if you just do this, right, you have absolutely zero, nada, right? As the Spanish would like to say, you have nada. 0% chance, right, of fucking up. Just do what I say, right? Hey, buddy, hey. You're becoming a little arrogant now, buddy. Shut the fuck up. Do as I say. Right? And everything's gonna work out for you. 1-to-1 perfect match. Match made in fucking heaven. Right? Listen to what I say. So you have all the correct knowledge from Buddy, right? And you're like, yo, Buddy. Buddy makes perfect sense. Buddy made the math fucking mathin'. So guess what? I'm gonna actually listen to Buddy, right? You're listening to Buddy. And Buddy says, hey, bud, you know, you've been misperceiving. And because you misperceive, you don't get what you want. So you're like, wow, Buddy not only gave me the fucking business strategy, right? You know, the website, the thumbnails, the fucking ads, yada, yada, the content strategy, the know, like, and trust factor, yada, yada, yada. Buddy gave me the business strategy. And he even told me the metaphysical that precedes the physical, right? Because remember, there's nothing physical here. All this is a bunch of atoms vibrating so damn fast. Where it appears solid, nothing solid, right? It appears solid to our central nervous system. You don't experience the world, right? You experience. I'm not gonna get too ahead of myself, but you get the point, right? Buddy's simply giving you business game, and he's giving you the metaphysical, the most important, right? So you're like, damn, I have the right knowledge, right? Let me go take action on it. but you're still not able to actually get whatever it is that you desire. Why the fuck is that? God fucking damn it. Now you're pissed off. Now you're like, God damn it. Now like it's hell, right? You're like, yo, how can I actually reverse this, right? So I can actually live in joy, peace, calm, clarity, pure centeredness, right? And which each and every single thing I do finally works out for me. You see, it's because you have counter intentions where your aura, okay, also known as your electromagnetic field, okay, your electromagnetic field, you are an electromagnetic being, okay. You see, before you are a physical being, you are pure immaterial, you are pure spirit, you are pure prana, life force, energy, okay. You're pure energy, okay. So if you're nothing but pure energy, and you're radiating this whole electromagnetic field, okay, out into the quantum space, the quantum field, the quantum storehouse, whatever the fuck you want to call it, right? And you're constantly broadcasting a signal, right? Oh, let me move towards the preferred, right? Let me finally go for what I actually want to experience. Oh, but in your field, you have a counter intention that says, nah, that's not for you. You're not good enough. You're unworthy. Do you remember that experience that you had 10, 15, 20 years ago where, you know, you wanted that toy and your mom said, hey, you don't deserve it. You're a bad kid, right? You're a bad son, bad daughter. You don't deserve that shit, right? Oh, how dare you fucking ask for what the fuck you want? Shut the fuck up. You don't deserve that shit. How fucking... Can you not see that money doesn't grow on trees, you fucking selfish little bastard? Right? Guess what? You forgot about all that shit, but your subconscious, your electromagnetic field, your aura hasn't forgotten that shit, right? So if it's still stored within you, right, you can't perceive accurately. You have a counter intention. Therefore, oh, let me move towards the preferred. I can't. What's stopping you? What's fucking stopping you from actually being able to actually go towards the preferred? You know what's actually stopping you from actually moving towards the preferred, so you can stop fucking up, stop self-sabotaging, right? Stop spinning in circles, right? You know what's actually going to activate it to finally quote-unquote work for you? I got you. Removing the negative charges in your field. Okay? The solution lies in removing the negative charges in your field. This is where quote-unquote spiritual fucks like to call energy work, right? Oh, I'm gonna do some energy work on you, sir, ma'am, right? All that shit. In Sanskrit, right, these are known as energy wheels, energy centers, right? You see, you have 7 energy centers. This is where energy flows up, right? You have 7 energy centers. Let me explain to you briefly what they are, okay? You have to know, okay, what these are, okay? So, let me... I need to clear some space, because, you know what? Let me clear some space right here. So now you know, your inability to be present is the root of all your problems. If only you could be present, right? You could accomplish more by doing less. No fucking bullshit, right? So the solution lies in being present. But the reason why you can't be present in the first place is because you have a lot of counter intentions, a lot of blockages in your field, right? Your electromagnetic field, right? So anytime you broadcast something that you want to experience, right, i.e. more business, more clients, more deals, more money, you're like, yes, let's fucking go for it, yay. Shoot, I can't do it, god damn it, it's so intimidating, god, that's so intimidating, I can't fucking do that shit. I would love to do that, it's for them, it's not for me. Why? Because you still have these counter intent, these blockages, these energetic imprints, right? In Sanskrit, they call them what do they call them? Fuck. They call them samskaras, right? That's the fucking word. They call them samskaras, right? In Sanskrit, right? They're basically energy wheels. Okay, they're energy wheels. Now you have 7 energy centers in your body, okay? And I don't like to get spiritual and woo-woo, and trust me, if there's any fool who really dislikes the manifestation space, the spiritual space, it's me. I'm not gonna say I hate them. You know, hate is such a strong word. Hate is when you care too much. I don't care too much, and to that extent, right? I just dislike. I really dislike those individuals, those type of, overall that whole community, right? All that nonsense they preach about, you know, love and lie and all that all that shit's just so corny and stupid, in my opinion, right? Once again, just my opinion. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just simply here to point out my opinion, right? But anyways, you have 7 energy centers, 7 energetic wheels, okay, where energy flows in your body. Now, I know it sounds woo as fuck, trust me, I get it. But if you can learn how to properly manipulate these energy centers, right, so energy can flow to you fully, without constriction, without a blockage, without restriction, right, so that energy can fully flow through you, right, you will have the ability, the first key, to be present, right? Because remember, your inability is your inability to be present is the root of all your problems. So guess what? If the solution lies, if getting present, if only you could just be present, that would fix your issues. Why not get fucking present, right? Once you're living from a place of complete presence, you can perceive accurately. And then guess what? You go for what the fuck it is that you want. You go for being able to actually accomplish more by doing less. So you no longer have to waste, you know, missed dinners when you could be, you know, out with your family, out with your beautiful girlfriend, wife, boyfriend, husband. You get the point, right? No homo, by the way, for that husband part. You get the fucking point, right? You want to actually be able to live in such a way where you live life on your own terms, right? So you can finally accomplish more. You don't have to be so worried about business. Business is not forever now in your fucking mind, right? You can finally sleep at night like a fucking baby, right? Sleep, a sound, everything's just amazing, right? You want to be able to do that shit? You need to become present. And if you're not present, right, you simply won't be able to actually move towards that shit, right? Because you're going to always forever be misperceiving. If you're operating from a place of misperception, remember, perception is reality, right? Right now, I'm wearing these glasses, right? So guess what? It's giving me a filter for how I'm perceiving the room right now, the camera, the whiteboard, right? My perception of reality is distorted right now through these lenses. And guess what? It's the same thing. When you act from a place of non-presence, you're not safe in your body. Safety first, right? Safety first. You see, so many individuals don't feel safe ever, okay? You want to know why you attract dickhead clients? You want to know why the dickhead client is the way he or she is? Because he or she doesn't feel safe. They don't feel safe in their body. They just don't. The people who do crimes and do all this fucked up shit, they do all that shit because they don't feel safe, okay? This is literally the root of all fucking human issues, all human problems. It's the inability to feel safe. If every single human being, if all of humanity feels safe, okay, there will be no more fucking wars. There will be no more destruction. There will be no more hate. There will be no more fights and arguments and trying to, you know, have competition that wouldn't exist in the world if everyone felt safe. But the issue is nobody feels safe. Virtually nobody feels safe. 98% of the world doesn't feel safe. And because you don't feel safe, you misperceive. If you misperceive, you misact. And guess what? Your actions are fucking wasted. Your actions are coming from the wrong state of consciousness, the wrong frequency. Right, that word, that's corny ass word. The wrong aura, okay? The wrong state of consciousness, the wrong self-image, right? You're misperceiving. So you're misacting, you're all that fucking bullshit, right? Nothing's fucking getting done, right? And you're like, what the flying fuck? How do I actually unfuck myself and actually get to a place where I can act from presence and live from presence, right? I can finally feel safe in my body. You can finally dissolve your emotions, right? Because your emotions lie in your emotions are correlated to your power, okay? Your emotions are your power. Oh, you know why you can't go for what the fuck you want, whatever the fuck that is to you, right? You know why you can't do that shit? Because you don't feel safe in your body. Why don't you feel safe in your body? Where does the key lie? Your emotions. Let me go for what I want. Oh my god. I can't do it. I'm too scared. I'm too fucking scared. Oh my god. Why do you feel fucking scared? How do you know you feel fucking scared? You feel it in your body, okay? It's stored in your gut, right? You're gasping for air. You feel fear, sadness, anger, rage, confusion, overwhelm, yada yada yada, and you can't move towards the preferred because you're not acting from presence. You're not living from presence, right? Your state of being isn't congruent with the life that you actually want to live. Therefore, you can't experience it, right? You can't accomplish more by doing less when less is fucking more. I don't even work that much, right? I know a lot of y'all fools look at me, you're like, that's why you're a hardworking individual. I mean, kind of, you could say that, right? But I don't really work much. I only work like 4 hours a day, quite literally. And the rest of the day, I go do whatever the fuck I want. This is my life. Statistically, I should be, in college, working at a fucking job I don't like and slaving away and doing all that fucking bullshit. But I've always known from a very young age that something about the system, right? Something about what other crazy fucks who don't really know what the hell they're talking about. Crazy fucks who are also misperceiving. Crazy fucks who are also living from a place of misperception, from non-safety, right? They're just operating and living from their own programming, right? So they can keep themselves safe, right? Oh, how dare you ask for what you want? How dare you actually go for what the fuck you want, you spoiled entitled motherfucker, right? That's the program that you got as a child, right? You don't even remember it, this subconscious. But if you don't have what you want, it's because a part of you doesn't actually fucking want it. You know why you don't actually want it? To keep yourself fucking safe, right? This is the root of all human issues. You don't feel safe. The key lies in your emotions. If you can bring up all those emotions, right? Dissolve that shit at the fucking root. Dissolve that shit back into infinite presence, infinite power, okay? Boom, it will never come up ever again. You can finally act from the right state of consciousness, from the right frequency. Boom, everything's going your way. You have the magic touch. People can now sense your aura. Everything's revitalized. Everything feels good. Lost confidence comes back. You feel like $1,000,000 fucking bucks. Quite literally, right? Quite literally. And if you knew deep within your bones that you could actually live from this place, why the fuck aren't you living from this place? Because you don't feel safe in your body, right? So the key lies to feel safe in your body, so you can stop misperceiving, stop misreacting, stop distorting your own reality, stop distorting your actions, right? And you are operating from the correct state of being, so you're operating from the correct actions, right? Those actions get materialized and they end up helping you accomplish more by doing less, okay? The key lies in your electromagnetic field, okay? So, the second key, okay? Let me switch the color to orange. Clear out your energetic blocks. Okay, so clear out your energetic blocks, as I literally just stated, okay? You have energy wheels, okay? 7 energy wheels. Those are the roots, which is at the base of your spine. You have the sacral. You have the solar. You have the heart. You have the third eye. I mean, not the third eye, sorry. The throat. Then you have the third eye, okay? Then you have the crown. Okay, so you have these beautiful 7 energy wheels, okay? The root chakra, which is at the base of your spine, right? This is basically entitled for survival, right? Then you have the sacral chakra, okay? This is right here, right above the navel. And this is responsible for your sexuality, feeling, right? A level above that, you have the solar plexus. This is the gut, right? This is basically responsible for your self-esteem, confidence, power, right? It all stems from the gut. This is why they say, trust your gut, follow your gut. But guess what? When you try to actually go and follow your fucking gut to take the correct actions, whoa, I can't do it. My confidence is diminished. My self-esteem is diminished. I don't feel worthy enough. Why? Remember, the little child in you hasn't forgot about that experience that you had 10, 15 years ago, right? It's all good. It's all good, though. I'm going to show you how to eliminate all that bullshit at the root. It's all going to make sense. Pay attention, right? So, that's the solar. A level above that is the heart. The heart is responsible for your feeling, okay? Feeling, emotions, right? Love. Your ability to feel love, joy, and peace. It all stems from the heart. Your heart is the first organ, the most high frequency, the most high gave you, okay? Source, whatever that is to you, gave you a heart before he gave you a brain, okay? Quite literally. So, if the most important organ you have is the heart, because it's way more powerful than that of the brain, the electrical signals that your thoughts tend to send out into the ether, right? If your heart is magnetic, there's a lot of work to be made at the heart chakra level, right? It's all gonna make sense. Pay attention, right? So, this is the heart, okay? A level above that is the throat, right here, the Vishuddha, right? Whatever the hell the Indians like to label it, right? The Vishuddha. Now, if you can learn, okay, how to unblock your Vishuddha, the throat chakra, you will be able to actually speak up and finally go for what the fuck you want. I don't care what it is you're trying to do. You're forever going to be dealing with individuals, right? Other Homo sapiens, other human beings. So guess what? It requires speaking. Hey, buddy, give me that shit. Hey, buddy, stop that shit. Hey, buddy, let me tweak this. Hey, buddy, give me some advice. Hey, buddy, what do you think is the best move after this, right? You're over here trying to seek a mentor, you know, talk to clients. Hey, buddy, do this. Hey, buddy, yada, yada. You get the point, right? It requires opening your mouth and speaking to other human beings, other fellow Homo sapiens. So guess what? The throat is very important. The third eye. Okay, this right here. If this is blocked, you're going to have a really weak intuition, right? Right now you have an intuition. Your intuition is telling you, go here, do this, talk to this person, go here, take a left, take a right, yada, yada, yada. But if your third eye is blocked right up here, the center, in between your forehead, you will not have the correct intuitions, right? You will have the wrong intuition. You will misperceive, right? And if you misperceive, nothing goes well. You're like, fuck, goddamn, I knew that was gonna fuck up. I knew it wasn't going to work out. So guess what? If you unblock that shit, right? You completely unblock that shit at the root. You can finally perceive accurately, right? If you can perceive accurately, you're no longer operating from a place of presence, right? You're no longer operating from a place of fear, tension. Oh my god, and then you're self-sabotaging everything, even though you have the right information, right? Even though you have all the right knowledge, right? But you're to give you all the instructions. But because you don't feel safe in your body, you're not operating from presence, right? You're self-sabotaging the fuck out of everything. Does that make sense? So it's very important to unblock the third chakra. The crown chakra, okay, this is your connection to source, your connection to the divine, your connection to Elohim, Jehovah, Lord Krishna, Allah, Jesus Christ, God, source, the most high frequency, whatever you want to call it, right? This is your connection to a higher power. If you don't believe in higher power, it doesn't matter. You get the point. It's all going to make sense. Pay attention, right? So, this is your connection to the divine, to a higher power, more powerful than you. This is your connection to a source that is way more smarter than you, right? It's infinite intelligence, right? It has all the intelligence in the world of everything that was known, is known, and will forever be known, right? So if all the information stored there, you need to have that connection to the higher power. That, oh, the higher power is getting it done for me, so I don't have to grind so much. Because remember, less is more, right? Less is more. So guess what? The solution lies, right? And being able to clear all the blockages here at these 7 energetic centers, right? And guess what? You finally are free from your samskaras, right? whatever the hell they like to call it in Sanskrit, right? You're finally free from all those blocks, right? And everything finally comes your way. Everything finally flows your way. Because you're now acting from a place of complete presence, right? You're no longer feeling unsafe in your body, so you're misperceiving and you're doing the wrong actions, and you're trying to grind and hustle, and you're trying to make things happen, right? All shit that comes as a result of you not feeling safe, all shit that arrives as a result of you not acting and living from presence, right? So the key simply lies here. The key simply lies to unblock all of that shit. Because once you unblock all of this shit, I'm gonna write it down. We unlock the third, last but not least, key. Okay. Shoot. The third key living and acting from presence, right? You see, the more present you are, the more you're able to perceive. The more you're able to perceive, the more you're able to make the correct decisions. The more you're able to make the correct decisions, the more you will end up in the right reality, where you're fucking doing less and you're accomplishing more. People are coming to you. You don't even know why the hell you have the magic touch, right? You have the magic touch. Everything's going your way, right? You're like, holy flying shit. Holy flying shit. How did I get so fucking lucky? How did I get to such a place where things just suddenly work out for me? Where was this profound peace and clarity all along? It was all within you, because the whole world's within you. This is all a mirror of your consciousness. So if the solution lies in you fixing your consciousness, right? What is the solution? How do we go about this? Ivan, this sounds fucking amazing. How do I actually implement this? How do I actually go about this, right? So I can actually perceive accurately, right? And everything finally goes my way. It's all gonna make sense. Pay attention, right? So this is the key, okay? Let me shoot right here. Right here. This is the key. You ready? You ready? You ready? Breathe from your belly as much as you can. Okay, so you see, this is what causes you to quite literally fuck up. And I know this is gonna sound so crazy, right? Especially if we're talking about business and breathing from your belly. What the fuck does this have to do with business, Ivan? What? This is crazy. I totally get it, right? So it's all gonna make sense. Pay attention, right? So let me connect the dots. In business, right, you're dealing with clients, customers, you have all the right knowledge, right? You're running the funnels, the ads, strategy, but nothing's working out. You're not operating from presence, because you're living in a state of constant tension, fear, doubt, worry, imposter syndrome. Everything's just fucking up, right? And you're like, God damn it, I can't. Your mind is loud as hell. You're not present. Your breathing is, you're literally you're not able to get oxygen in all the way, right? You're misperceiving, right? Air can't fully breathe itself into you. Life force can't fully breathe itself into you. So guess what? You don't feel calm. You don't feel secure. Everything's literally being directed and acted from a place of insecurity, worry, doubt, fear, right? So the solution lies in doing the exact opposite. Breathe from your belly fully. Place two hands. One hand on your chest, one hand on your belly. Only your belly should be moving, okay? If you can learn to belly breathe instead of diaphragm breathe, you do realize, right? Doctors can tell how long you live by the way you breathe. Quite literally, right? This is why individuals get sick. Right, you get sick because you're not fully breathing right. If you breathe right, oxygen can get into your airways, right? You have expanded airways. You don't have a restriction of oxygen to your cells, right? And guess what? You feel safe and calm in your body. You literally feel like a natural high. So guess what? You feel calm, safe, present, right? At all times, you're able to literally live in the correct state of mind, the correct state of being, right? Where everything flows your way. I know it sounds fucking crazy. Try it out. Don't take my word for jack shit. Live this. Experiment for yourself. And then you will know. Then you will come back to this video and you'll be like, Daph Wyvin, I owe you $1,000,000. Oh my, Daph Wyvin, this is fucking amazing. This has changed my life. Try it. Don't fucking take my word for anything. Try it. Try to belly breathe as much as possible, okay? And you're gonna literally forget this shit. You're gonna go into your life. You're gonna go into your business, right? To action from a place of hurry and struggle. I gotta make this happen. I gotta grind. I gotta fucking make shit happen, right? Yada yada yada. You're operating from a place of unpresence, right? And they're gonna be like, God damn it, I can't shut my mind off a bit. God, I'm overthinking everything. Oh. The key lies to bring yourself back into fucking presence. Breathe from the belly instead of. You have no oxygen coming into your systems, right? Guess what? Change your physiology. Everything fucking works out. Breathe from the belly. Watch confidence start to soar up. Watch clarity start to soar up. You're gonna be like, damn, I can actually perceive accurately a lot more. Damn. Where was this shit all along? This is how you accomplish more by literally doing less. Now I gotta go now. Your boy's busy, but if you like this content and you want to know other ways I can help you, right? Like you want to potentially work with me one-on-one, or you want to know other ways that you can expand more and learn more about how to actually go about this shit, the link is in the description. That's honestly I gotta say. Your boy's busy. I love you, foos. You have a blessed one. Let's get it. Let's go. Gang, you have a blessed one. I love you, my foos. Mwah.